Hey, how you doing? This is RJ. So, normally I don't cover hot takes, but no one seems to be talking about this, so I thought I'd talk about it. Because it seems like your quote unquote progressive rioters are now going after Marvel and specifically the Punisher. Now, I saw this on Marvel's Twitter site because Marvel uses Twitter a lot to promote its products, especially to intertwine the different parts of Marvel in order to sell its products. I would say it uses Twitter more than its actual Marvel website. And the thing is that Marvel tweets a lot, especially Marvel Entertainment, which has to do with the Punisher comics. And on any given week, you would have tweets from Marvel between 5 and 50. And this is constant, all the time. And yet, there seems to be radio silence from Marvel for more than a week now. And I think you can guess why, what has been going on, because the date right now is the 12th of June, 2020. And to briefly describe to you what is going on, back on the 30th of May, 2020, Marvel was tweeting out just a little bit less than usual. But come, of course, May 31st, we have Marvel tweeting only one tweet, and it is, "We stand for inclusion. We stand with our fellow Black employees, storytellers, creators, and the entire Black community." Now, this tweet didn't get ratioed, I wouldn't call it that. It got 5.1 thousand retweets and 28.3 thousand likes. But I would say most of that was just people hitting it because, well, they needed to retweet something about this, but I could be wrong. However, the thing is that it got 637 comments, and almost every one of these comments is negative. Now, it starts off with a different kind of negative comments. It starts off with a trickle of comments from, well, I'd say our side, where people are saying, "Marvel, would you stop being political? Just make comics." But those quickly get drowned out by people piling on Marvel saying, "Do something more than this. This is not enough. This is you and Disney just using platitudes. You're making no impact whatsoever." Now, there are a few scattered compliments here and there, one in every 50 tweets, say, but the thing is that the progressives are really piling on in this comment section for Marvel Entertainment. And so what they're saying is, open your wallet. If you really mean what you say, and you're Disney and Marvel, open your wallet. And as I said, Marvel tweets somewhere usually between 5 and 50 tweets a day, and yet for the next 4 days there is nothing. Only on the 4th of June do we have again one single tweet, and it reads, "Walt Disney Company has pledged $5 million to support nonprofit organizations that advance social justice, beginning with a $2 million donation to the NAACP." And it has a link to an article. Now, this has much less interaction than the last tweet, which said "We stand for inclusion," but the results are the same. You have 401 retweets and 3.3 thousand likes, and you have 140 comments. So it's not ratioed, but the thing is that almost all of the 140 comments on this tweet are negative. There are, again, a few scattered bits of praise here and there, but almost all of them are the progressives piling on Marvel, saying, "This is not near enough. You are Disney. You have billions of dollars just to throw around, and you're giving away $5 million? That's pathetic." This is what these people are saying. This is not what I'm saying. This is what these people, these progressive people in these comments are saying. They're saying things like, "What has the NAACP ever done? You should be giving it to real organizations." And I'm sure you can figure out what those real organizations look like according to these progressives. So the timeline went. On May 31st, Marvel tweeted out a tweet for solidarity, so-called, and the progressive people piled on them and said, "Open your wallet if you want to do something." So they opened their wallet 4 days later to the tune of $5 million. And what happened? The progressives piled on them again, saying, "This is chump change. This is ridiculous. This is you making no difference whatsoever." And then again from the 4th to the 11th, there is radio silence. There is nothing from Marvel whatsoever. And then you have two tweets. One stating that Marvel Unlimited has free digital selections of Black created-led comics, as they say, spotlighting the work of incredible Black writers and artists. Now, this tweet, again, has significantly less interaction. You got 864 retweets at the time that I'm doing this, and 4.1 thousand likes, and 60 comments. I would say about half of those comments are again negative. Half of them are positive, so it's getting a little better for them. But half are still negative. They're still saying, yeah, if you really wish to make a difference, you need to hire more Black people, because they're Black, of course. The other tweet from the 11th being the news that there is a new Spider-Man Miles Morales game coming out, and they have a little 1.5-minute trailer. And Marvel seems to be digging its way out of the hole here, because almost all of the comments on that are positive. Now, I'm sure some people have been saying to themselves, you were talking about Punisher. What about the Punisher? Well, there's a common theme throughout the responses to each of these tweets. The one thing that seems to be repeated over and over again the most is people saying, okay, Marvel, if you really mean this, you need to go after the military and go after the cops. Why? Because they keep on using the Punisher symbol over and over again, and they do nothing about it. These people want Marvel to sue the military and sue the cops and take all of that money, of course, and give it to what they deem to be good causes. Now, first of all, someone correct me if I'm wrong here. I always thought that the Punisher symbol was actually a military symbol before it was the Punisher symbol. I looked it up here just before doing this video, and it seems like they're telling me the opposite. But if someone actually knows the answer to that question, please put it in the comments. I mean, for me, it was just always there. I mean, if you're part of a military family, it's always there. I don't know, maybe that's just me, because I had ODA symbols on all of my hand-me-downs. Anyways, the point is that they're using this as an excuse to attack the Punisher and Marvel indirectly. And if Marvel doesn't do something about this, they're going to keep on attacking them. At the very least until they run out of steam and look for something new to attack. But with this going on right now, and Marvel stopping tweeting for days on end, I think the Punisher is going to be pulled out of everything that you can see for the next little while. I don't think it's going to be pushed anymore within the comics or within television even, because this is a symbol that is now related to the military and the police. And the Punisher is a big draw. It has multiple kinds of comics right now. I'd say some of them are ridiculous, some of them are just plain cash grabs. But I'm sure, for many of us, the Punisher is in something that we like right now. For instance, I really like the Savage Avengers. It has a better quality than most of the comics that Marvel puts out there. But the Punisher is one of the main characters within that book. I think this title is going to suffer because of that. But at the same time, I think there's good and bad in this happening right now. Because if you look at what Marvel is doing, they are retreating. They are being silent. They realize that if they open their mouth again, they're going to get piled on one more time. And if they call too much attention to themselves, this progressive group that they keep on trying to court as their new audience is going to rip them to shreds. Again, this is Marvel's Twitter site, tweeting 5 to 50 tweets a day, going silent for almost 2 weeks. Why? Because they're scared. Because they're scared the progressive mob will come for them next. And the in to get to them right now is through the Punisher. The silver lining, of course, from this is the fact that you have Marvel, and they're not listening to any of its real customers. They're not listening to people who want good stories. They're not listening to people who actually want to give them money and love their characters. They're not going to listen to you and me. They're not going to listen to anybody who asks for a better product in any way. But they are going to change eventually. Why? Well, not because of anything that we can do or say, but because the progressive mob always comes for you. If you support them, they're always going to turn on you. And we can see that, I think, right here, starting to happen with Marvel. The progressive mob is starting to turn on Marvel. And all the rest of us have to do, who want to actually see Marvel crash and burn right now, and possibly be reborn in some kind of actual industry way, all we have to do right now is to wait. Get yourself some popcorn and get ready for the show, because the progressive mob has already tasted blood in the water. This is their first taste from Marvel. They're not going to stop. It may slow down, it may go away for a little while, but I think it's clear from what I see here that even Marvel now knows that the progressive mob is coming for them. Anyway, if I've given you anything new to think about, hit like, hit the shield in the lower right hand corner of your screen to subscribe, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about all this. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.